Hi, I'm Tupelo Kenyon, coming to you from Mittry Lake near Yuma, Arizona. And today we're going to explore a simple toning meditation. This simple meditation technique has been consistently effective for me for over 35 years, so I feel good about recommending it. I'm calling it a toning meditation because you'll be using your voice part of the time. Meditation can be a nebulous concept. There's a fine line between time well spent in a beneficial manner and idle daydreaming. Now, I consider daydreaming healthy and beneficial too, but it's altogether different from meditation. For now, let's think of meditation as a state of consciousness beyond thought, where you are identified with pure being. Not many of us can shift into that lofty position on demand at a moment's notice. We need a tool, an easy technique that helps us get from point A to point B. Contemplation is a tool of deliberate, directed attention that allows us to access the more subtle states of consciousness experienced in meditation.
One is not idle because one is absorbed. There is both visible and invisible labor. To contemplate is to toil. To think is to do. Victor Hugo.
Contemplation infers there is something specific upon which the attention is placed. For this simple toning exercise, we will be pointing our attention toward 4 areas: breath, vibration, inner sound, and light. First, get comfortable. Loosen any tight clothing. You may lie down or sit up, as you prefer. If you have a tendency to drop off to sleep easily, try sitting up for best results. Sit on a chair or sit on the couch or sit on the floor. The most important thing is to position your body so that it's not clamoring for your attention for any reason. If you are completely comfortable, you can more easily forget about the demands of your body. Personally, I enjoy meditating outdoors whenever possible because I enjoy the fresh air and the sounds of nature. Once you settle in and get comfortable, take several deep breaths. Inhale through your nose, fill your lungs to capacity, hold it for a moment, and then exhale completely through your mouth. Like that. While exhaling, deliberately release all tension in your muscles. Allow your attention to be drawn to any tightness in your body and release it with your outgoing breath. Let's do it together one time. Close your eyes and place your attention on a spot inside your head between your eyebrows. This area is known by many names, including the third eye, seat of the soul, Tisra Til, the eye of the imagination. Gently hold your attention on the blank screen of your mind. Don't strain. Allow your deep breathing to gradually return to normal. Now it's time to begin toning. Traditionally, there have been many different sounds, syllables, and phrases used for toning. Aum and Om are common, and you can experiment with those, but for today, I'm going to recommend another syllable that is not as well known. It's spelled H-U, and it's pronounced Hugh. Here are some of the reasons I like it best after experimenting with several. It's easy to say with minimum attention. That is, your mouth doesn't have to move in certain ways to correctly pronounce specific vowel sounds. Instead, you simply breathe out and engage your vocal cords as the air goes by them. Of all the vowel sounds, A, E, I, O, and U, the hard U sound is the easiest to make with a very relaxed throat and mouth. 2, the U part of the HU is very natural sounding and is a pleasant tone. It sounds musical. When this exercise is done with someone else or with a group, the notes can blend together easily for a pleasant, harmonious, calming effect. The Hu tone can be sustained with very little breath. As you continue to become more relaxed, your breathing naturally slows and gets more shallow. Even with this minimum amount of breath, it's easy to maintain the tone as you exhale. Begin toning with the word hue. Experiment with your voice, saying it in a lower tone, then in a higher tone, until you find where it feels the most natural and relaxed. Every voice is different, so the objective is to find the best pitch for your voice. It should be easy, requiring very little effort to sustain the note for a few seconds as you exhale slowly. Continue singing the hue song with each exhalation as you settle into an ever-increasing state of peace and relaxation. Your mind will likely be bouncing all over the place, chasing thoughts here and there. Whenever you notice your attention engaged by a train of thought, gently bring it back to the spot behind your forehead, between your eyebrows. Listen to the sound of your voice and feel the vibration in your body. Listen closely, deeply, and you will be able to detect the sensation of vibration in your neck and your head. Feel it in your bones. Experience vibrating. Become one with this inner motion. Enjoy how it feels. Physicists, yogis, and shamans tell us physical matter is a convincing illusion. If you look carefully enough and deeply enough, it's all just energy vibrating at different frequencies. When you are singing this hue song, you are deliberately initiating a specific vibration to help calm the body and focus the mind. You are setting your own tone, choosing your own vibration from the inside out. This is a very different approach from merely reacting to whatever vibrations reach you from your external environment.
In the mid-1600s, Jeremy Taylor said, "Meditation is the tongue of the soul and the language of our spirit."
As you continue to relax, your breathing will continue to become slower and more shallow. Eventually, you will feel like taking a break from vocalizing. Keep your attention on your breath. In and out, in and out. Don't control it, don't direct it in any way, just watch it. The reason to keep your attention on your breath is to enable you to get a little distance from your thoughts. Ordinarily, we are consumed by them. They go on and on until it's easy to identify with them and think that thoughts are who we are. Remember, at the beginning, we defined meditation as a state of consciousness beyond thought, where you are identified with pure being. Breath is an ideal object of contemplation because it's so ethereal. It's not exactly physical. It's of the air, invisible and subtle. Thoughts come and thoughts go, but your breathing continues. As you watch this fascinating process, you realize your breath needs no help from you. It just happens, all by itself, automatically. You are not breathing. It's more like your breath is breathing you. Witness how it works. When thoughts show up, clamoring for your attention, just notice them. Don't try to stop them or control them or judge them in any way. And don't get upset with yourself when you realize a new train of thought captured your attention 5 minutes ago and you're just now catching on. Even when it takes a while to notice you're off on some new tangent idea, gently return your attention to your breath and just watch. At this point, your hue song and exercise in contemplation has brought you to the threshold of meditation. You are watching your breath, watching your thoughts, and are now in the best position to ask yourself, okay, who is this watcher? You are not your thoughts. You are not your breath. You are this focused point of awareness, pure being. This is the point, the payoff, the primary objective of meditation, contemplation, and all other techniques of personal evolution, to experience this state of being directly. Allow the experience to permeate to the core of your being. It's often accompanied by spontaneous waves of joy and gratitude. Grab it when you can and ride it as long as possible because it's often a fleeting experience. There are so many distractions, so many thoughts, and so many things requiring our attention. This brief brush with home base can be rare, but invigorating, inspiring, and deeply nurturing.
The important thing is not to stop questioning. Curiosity has its own reason for existing. One cannot help but be in awe when he contemplates the mysteries of eternity, of life, of the marvelous structure of reality. It is enough if one tries merely to comprehend a little of this mystery every day. Never lose a holy curiosity. Albert Einstein.
This simple toning technique is most effective when repeated 3 times with periods of quiet introspection between the 3 cycles. After a while, you'll become very still and may feel ready to go deeper. Repeat the process, beginning with a few deep breaths. Do the toning again. Sing the hue song for as long as you feel like it. After the cycle of toning passes, become still again. This time, listen very closely. First, notice the external sounds, birds singing, traffic sounds, the wind, people talking in the distance, whatever is in your present environment. Just listen for a few seconds and identify as many different sounds as possible. Next, shift your attention to the internal sounds. First, you'll probably hear the sound of your breath. You may be able to hear your stomach growling or gurgling. Listen more closely still. You may be able to hear your heartbeat. More closely still. You may be able to hear your blood moving through your neck close to your ears. Continue to sink deeper into relaxation and listen more deeply. Listen for inner vibration and inner tone. Sometimes it sounds like the single note of a flute, or it can sound like a certain frequency, one steady pitch vibrating somewhere deep inside, between your ears, or perhaps somewhere impossible to pinpoint. With practice, this inner tone can be accessed almost any time. It's easier to hear when your surroundings are quiet, but with practice, you can find it even when it's not quiet. This inner tone, like the breath, is another excellent object of contemplation. Like the breath, it's always there once you've learned to hear it. And like the breath, it's not exactly physical. It's also rather ethereal, another ideal direction for your attention while exploring the deeper states of consciousness. When you are ready, repeat the process a 3rd time. The entire process can be done in about 20 minutes. If you have the time and you are enjoying the results, you may choose to linger longer. Deep breaths, sing the hue, be still. As you keep your inner gaze fixed on a point inside your head, behind your forehead, between your eyebrows, you may get to enjoy an internal light show. You may be getting gentle washes of color or geometric shapes or movement of light and color. Just watch and notice the patterns on the inner screen of your mind. You are not the patterns. You are not the thoughts. You are the watcher. Again, physicists, yogis, and shamans tell us our senses translate information from the outside world by way of light and sound. Both are vibration and energy, the energy of the universe, manifesting itself in different ways, vibrating at different rates within the very narrow spectrum that we are able to detect with our senses. This simple toning meditation using the hue song allows us to experience the vibration of the universe in ever more subtle layers. Singing hue relaxes the body, takes us beyond the mind, and allows us to get in touch with who we really are, pure being, the watcher, the awareness who sits in the silence and knows. If it's a good time and place for you now to experiment further with this simple toning meditation, here's some mellow music to help set the tone. This is from one of my instrumental albums called Celestial Sounds of Harmony and Light. Imagine this music as a soothing musical massage, a relaxing sonic shower of peace and joy. Allow this music to help deepen your relaxation and enhance your meditation. The tranquil pace of approximately 60 beats per minute was deliberately chosen. As you listen to the comforting sounds, you'll notice your breath and your heart rate gradually slows and gets in sync with the music, the slow pulse of the music. This helps to calm your mind, making it easier to slip into alpha state. Both Volume 1 and Volume 2 of Celestial Sounds are designed deliberately to be stress buster music to help you become mentally refreshed and emotionally recharged. So as you're listening, just breathe. When the music ends, Do the 3 cycles of the same toning meditation using the Hue song like I described. Take a few deep breaths. Sing the Hue tone as long as you feel comfortable. You experiment with different pitches. You even higher possibly. You just find what's comfortable, settle in, minimize the voice, minimize the breath. You doesn't take much. Become still, watch and listen. Then repeat 2 more times for a total of 3 cycles. After the last cycle, become still, watch, and listen until you feel like doing something else. There are no hard and fast rules. Just be easy with all of this and find your own comfort level of doing it in your own way. Now, for best results, just clear your mind and breathe. Allow this peaceful music to melt away any stress and relax you as much as possible before you experiment with this simple toning meditation. I'm Tupelo Kenyon. Thanks for tuning in.
you.